someone wheelie the Yamaha Bolt on the internet, and now you think you can just pick that wheel right up. Let me stop you right there and let you know there are 5 mods that you're going to have to do to this bike in order to even think about getting that front wheel up in the air. This is Tardy Productions. I'm Aaron. 5 and 5. Let's jump right in. Before we jump into the top 5 mods that you're going to have to do to your Yamaha Bolt before you start stunting it, I just want to say a huge thanks to all of our subscribers. And if you're not already subscribed, you're missing out. We put out content every single week, sometimes twice a week. We're doing a full custom build on this Yamaha Bolt, but a special thanks to everyone who has been subscribed from day one. You guys are the reason that we keep doing this, and we cannot thank you enough for all the support. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the video. So we're going to go ahead and start off with number 1, and that's going to be a crash cage. As you can see on here, I've got a pretty simple one. To begin with, you don't need anything insane. Now, if they made really nice crash cages out there for the Yamaha Bolt, I'd already have one on there, but I'm having to have one made by a guy. But you're gonna need any sort of crash protection because inevitably when stunting a motorcycle, you will lay it down. And if you think you're good enough that you're not going to, you're wrong. So that's number 1. Here, let's get a wheelie real quick. See if my tires are even warming up. They are not. Oh man, it is a beautiful Florida day. And I know everyone around the country right now is freezing. And I'm able to ride in a windbreaker, dude. And I'm about to take this thing off, it's warm enough. Probably like almost 80 degrees outside. Number 2 is going to be something that's gonna help you get your bike up in the air, which is kind of required for doing wheelies. And that's going to be your rear suspension. So right now I have an old pair of Metric Cruiser shocks, and they gave me a fender gap. The biggest thing that they did was they raised my center of gravity to a higher point, which helped me really pick up wheelies. It made drifting a little bit more difficult for me because your center of gravity was a little bit higher, but it's just something you got to commit more into. But I think the trade-off in being able to pick up the wheel so easily in a wheelie, I think it's worth it. Get at least 11 inches or more. You don't want to go same size because you're going to be frustrated that you're not able to pick it up still. So that's number 2. I'm going to grab some coffee and then we'll get to number 3. Alrighty guys, I am now caffeinated. We need to go get some gas for the bike. And it is getting warm. So we already got the rear suspension all figured out, and you've got your crash cage all set up. The third mod that you're going to need to do to your Yamaha Bolt in order to stunt it on a consistent basis is going to be the breather mod. So while you're in a wheelie, what will end up happening is when you're up at 12 for a while, oil will end up dumping through the airbox all over your leg and stuff. And if you're planning on wheeling for any extended period of time, you're going to want to make sure that you don't have that happening constantly. So the way to avoid that is people will drill a hole through this cap and they'll run a line all the way up and through here so that they kind of have a catch for the oil. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's going to be a mod that you're going to have to do. I've talked to a couple guys who stunt. That's been a thing that they've recommended to do almost immediately because, you know, you don't want oil dumping all over yourself. So that's going to be number 3, and it's going to be the breather mod. Now that's going to be something that as you progress, you're going to be happy that you did in the past. So the bike is all gassed up, I have caffeine in me, so we are all set to go. So number 4 is going to be your handlebars and your whole handlebar setup. Now for stunting, I have heard from endless amounts of people, Ryan Cruzy, Dom829, Joey55, really anyone that's respected in the stunt community. Here, let's stop and, what's up guys? Really anyone that's respected in the stunt community, that you want pullback risers. So you want to bring the bars as close to you as possible, because if you're reaching super far forward and you're hunched over the tank of the bike, you're never going to be able to have the control in which you would have if you were sitting upright with a nice posture. I'm 6 foot tall and I weigh like 180 to 200 pounds. I had to get pullback risers and some high-rise bars. Now, you don't want something huge, and the club style is, you know, it's a style, but it's not great for stunting. What you want is a medium rise and then a good amount of pullback, because that's going to sit it right in your lap. You want it right nice and high and tight. So I invested a good amount of time and effort and research into getting a good handlebar setup, because this is going to be something that you're touching, you know, every single time you ride. It's going to be something where if you don't have a good setup, it will affect whether or not you're comfortable on the bike. And I think that with stunting, the number one thing that I've learned is that how comfortable you are on the bike is going to really dictate your progression. So for your handlebars, you're going to want a nice set of pullback risers, maybe some high-rise bars, or you could go up with the risers. I just like to be able to have a low center so I can get up and over the bike for rolling burnouts. Get yourself an easy pull clutch and get yourself a good brake. Now, what comes on the Yamaha Bolt stock, you can absolutely do it with. You're going to want to make sure that you have a set of pullback risers, whether that's for your 1-inch bars that come on the stock on the Yamaha Bolt, or if it's, you know, you're going down to 7/8. Whatever you do, make sure you get some pullback risers, because that's going to make the bike a lot more comfortable and suitable for stunting. Let's go pet these cows real quick. I don't know if they'll let us. They just start stampeding. Oh my goodness. You gotta, ew. This is some cool cows. You know what's hilarious is this all used to be farmland, and now they've got these cows in the middle of a shopping plaza. All right, let's get back on the bike and let's talk about number 5. Alrighty guys, now that we're back on the bike, we're gonna talk about the 5th and final mod that you're gonna have to do to stunt your Yamaha Bolt, and that's going to be your seat. Now, this sounds kind of like an unnecessary thing, but it actually is going to be one of your largest contact points, or the largest contact point with your bike. And that is going to play a role in wheelies. That's going to play a role in just ride comfort, and also how much control you have over the bike. Now, the stock seat that comes on the Yamaha Bolt, it sucks anyway. So, you changing this out, maybe it won't be the first thing you do. I haven't even changed mine out yet. But it's going to be something that I'm going to have to change out. And I've heard from numerous people that are in the stunt community, the cruisers especially, that changing out their seat really changed how their bike felt, because it locks you in. So I'm going to go with a Saddleman step-up seat. You just want a seat that provides a lot of lumbar support and lower back support, because it's going to not only be comfortable, but it's going to really lock you onto the bike. I just realized that I haven't done one proper wheelie during this entire thing. I'm talking about stunting. I'm not even showing you. Let's try to get one good one in. Here we go. It's what I got. You know, I'm not claiming to be a good stunter. I'm just claiming to know what you need to change on your Yamaha Bolt. We gotta at least get it far. Alrighty guys, so that's gonna wrap up my top 5 mods that you're gonna need to do to your Yamaha Bolt in order to stunt it. If you guys think I missed anything, leave it down in the comments. And if you guys have any other questions or any top 5s that you wanna see done on the channel, please let me know. We're always putting out content. Every single week we put out a video, sometimes twice a week. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.